Well, good evening, and I'm going to call this August 8th session of the City Council to order and ask the recorder to please call the roll.
Councilor Stapleton.
I'm here.
Councilor Andersen.
I am as well.
Councilor Phillips.
Here.
Councilor Leung absent. Councilor Gonzalez.
Here.
Councilor Hoy.
Here.
Councilor Nordijk.
Here.
Councilor Varney.
Here.
Mayor Bennett.
Here. Hey, you want to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilor Hoy, any additions, deletions, or rearrangements of the agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no additions or deletions, but I do move to reorder the agenda to move item 5 after item 7.
Okay,
I'll second.
there we go. Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you. I anticipate potentially making a couple of motions under item 5 that would be most appropriate after the entirety of the agenda. So that's why I'm doing that.
Great. Okay, any discussion? Okay, if the recorder please call the roll.
Councilor Stapleton.
Aye.
Councilor Andersen. Councilor Andersen.
I'm sorry, I at Councilor Hoy's suggestions, I muted myself, so my vote is aye.
Thank you. Councilor Phillips.
Aye.
Councilor Leung absent. Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Hoy.
Aye.
Councilor Nordijk.
Aye.
Councilor Varney.
Aye.
Mayor Bennett.
Aye. Okay, go to council manager comments. Councilor Andersen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My esteemed colleagues, after nearly 8 years serving as Ward 2 City Councilor, today I am announcing that I will resign from this position in order to focus on my bid to become the next state representative for House District 19. As you know, I am a full-time lawyer. I have also spent nearly 30 hours per week on council and city business, and I find that I am spending the same amount of time on my campaign, time that will only increase in the next months. I am confident that Ward 2 will have an excellent successor councilor in Linden-Nishioka. I am also grateful to my wife, Jessica Maxwell, for her unflagging, constant support during my time on the council. I have poured my heart and soul into the last 8 years representing my ward and the people of Salem, and I am proud of the work I have been able to do with all of you on this council. Together, we've done the work to make sure Salem could build new shelters for homeless residents, provide incentives for new affordable housing, begin work on a climate action plan, build a new police station, upgrade the library, and improve the lives of all people of Salem. Over my 8 years, I have immensely enjoyed working with all my fellow city councilors to help move Salem forward. Although we have had differing views on some issues, we have worked hard for the good of Salem and treated each other with respect. It has been an absolute honor to work alongside all of you and to fight for the people of Salem. I will miss you all. I want to keep fighting for the people of Salem. That's why I am resigning immediately from the city council. Well, actually, after tonight's meeting, I might want to pull one more item from the consent calendar. I'm retiring from the city council to focus on my bid for the State House of Representatives. It is so crucial to make sure we have a representative in the state capitol that has the city's interest at heart, and I am ready to dedicate myself to being that representative. Thank you all very much.
And thank you very much, Councilor Andersen, for all the work you've and all the time you've given us. I'm going to take just a moment. I want to just make a real brief announcement. Also, it's something you've worked on. I think we've all worked on over the years. We received word today from Senator Merkley's office that we've received the Department of Transportation raise grant for $13.2 million to do the McGilchrist 8,500 foot street project. I know you've worked on, all of us have worked on it for almost 15 years on this project. So having it announced today, I know for you will be bittersweet because it's one you had such tremendous interest in your ward. It includes cycle tracks, sidewalks, turn lanes. It's the whole shebang, Councilor and Councilors. This is a very exciting outcome. It'll be tremendously important for the redevelopment of that portion of Salem out off McGilchrist in that area, just south of or just north of McGilchrist and that former industrial area out toward the airport. So I think it's just really good news. Wanted to share it with you. Councilor Hoy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to take a few minutes to just thank my colleague from Ward 2. Really, Tom, you've been a mentor, a friend, colleague, co-conspirator, all sorts of things over the years. And it's fun to now, as a member of the legislature, try to pay some of that back in helping you as you hopefully transition into the legislature as well. So I just wanted to thank you for your work on behalf of the residents of Ward 2 and for the entire city. I know we're all better off for your service, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Councilor Stapleton.
Thank you so much. Yes, I wanted to take a minute now just to thank Tom so much for your friendship, first of all, over the last couple of years, 3 years maybe, that we've known each other. That friendship has meant a lot to me personally. And you've been that mentor that Chris was just saying, and that co-conspirator, of course. I will miss you so much at council meetings and in all of our committee meetings that we've served together on. I know that it is not the end because you are a very active member of our community, and I have complete faith that you will get elected. And I know that there's even more that you have left to do in our community. And so I look forward to seeing you in and around the different places and with the different people that we both know, and we'll be working together for lots of different topics and things that we champion together. So I will miss you so much. And thank you so much for all of your energy and time that you've spent. And I'll let others speak before I have other councilor comments.
Councilor Nordyke.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to echo the comments by my colleagues here. Councilor Andersen, it's been an honor to serve with you. I appreciate having your legal mind on council for a lot of reasons. There's so many things that we do that require us to spot issues, to listen to the little guy, to look out for those who have not taken a seat at the table but still deserve to be heard. And I think you've done an excellent job advocating for the people. We need people to give a voice to the voiceless. And time and again, I know that you have made a real point of commenting on how we can help serve our most vulnerable Oregonians, which is something that you and I have in common. You've really been a part of a sea change in persuading our city to take the bull by the horns when it comes to homelessness. You were here when the city did not make that a priority, and you helped bring that change about. You were here when we did not have a climate action plan, and you led that charge. You were here when the city was not interested in having managed shelter sites, and now we have 3. So I know that we have worked towards these efforts, but throughout this process, you have always been a strong voice and a strong advocate for the people. So I am going to be cheering you on in your race for House District 19. And I look forward to seeing your next steps. And I do hope that we stay in touch. So congratulations to you. Thank you for your graceful tendering of your resignation. I too look forward to seeing Ms. Nishioka step up and serve. So thank you, Tom. I really appreciate you. And the people of Salem appreciate you.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Tom, thank you, Mayor. And Tom, I also want to not only thank you, but your wife, Jessica, because I know, you guys are a team. And I still remember the first time I met you, we were canvassing for you, down there and around downtown area. So it's been a pleasure serving alongside you, Tom. And we know you're not going anywhere. But thank you for your time on the council.
Councilor Phillips?
Yeah, I haven't had any prepared remarks, but Tom, thank you so much for kind of blazing a trail for so many of us and helping us out in our journeys into this all volunteer public service position. My only regret is that we will never have had the chance to be in chamber neighbors like I envisioned when I first sought out this position. But in the community, it's as if you've been a neighbor the entire time we've known each other. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with you before and during, our time on council together. I look forward to working with you in the future, and hopefully we'll be able to lobby you to make a difference across all of Oregon. So thank you so much for your leadership and service.
Very good. Councilor Stapleton, you had some more?
Sure, yes, thank you so much. I wanted to ask city staff a question. We did receive a notice about the emerald ash borer has come to Oregon, and this is something that I am really curious to know more about from the city, just what's happening kind of behind the scenes with city staff, what the planning has looked like, what the communication between the city and the state is. And kind of what our plan is moving forward, and then also how the city is going to communicate with our residents here in Salem, and kind of just trying to figure out the next steps forward on this really big and very, very sad news, kind of a sad news night here for us.
Ms. Rutherford, you want to answer that?
Yes, well, actually, I will key off to other people who will answer it. First, I'd like to bring on Courtney Knox-Bush, who can share what we've posted on the city's website and where people can find additional information. And then we have our urban forester, Mylan Davis, is with us this evening to go into more detail.
So good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Courtney and Knox-Bush, as we just discussed. And here is the webpage that is live right now on our website. And it is available through the news feature, which is dead center as you scroll on our homepage. And this material has been put together by all of the subject matter experts, not me. And what you can see is some really good illustrations of what we're talking about. And you can see as I scroll, sorry if this hurts the eyes, you can see the background information on what one could do if they have an emerald ash and what they will be seeing if it happens on their tree. So here's the examples and ways to also help people identify. There's even a video from another expert that can help people find information. So again, this is the website, and it has a great amount of detail.
Thank you. That looks like it. I've taken a look at it. It's very good. Kristen, who else you got? Anybody?
Yes, we have Mylan Davis, our urban forester, who can speak more directly to Councilor Stapleton's other questions.
Great. Mylan?
Good evening, Council. Thanks for having me. I can answer any questions you guys might have. I can let you know that we are putting a management plan together, sort of a readiness plan for the city of Salem. It's going to be a lot of work behind the scenes for my department, for the planning, natural resources side of the city. And I think we're going to take our time in coming up with the right plan for Salem. It's not, imminent that we come up with something today or this week or that soon. It was in Forest Grove, it was seen. And so that probably gives us, we're estimating 4 to 5 years before we need to be ready for implementing a real on the ground plan here. So that does give us some time to come up with some funding sources, whether that be, through the city or through ODF, and sort of how we're going to manage this. But we are taking into consideration other municipalities and the way that they've dealt with it. There's a lot of cities that have done it right and in certain ways. And so there'll be a lot of things to consider environmentally, whether or not we choose to use chemicals whether we want to choose, a different style of management plan, remove and replace. But we have started implementing some of those things already. When I got here 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, we did remove ash tree off the planting list. So we haven't planted ash in our city streets, although it's prevalent in all of our waterways and our natural areas, which is going to be most hit by this. But, there's a lot that ODA is going to do. There's a lot that ODF is going to do. So we'll take their lead on a lot of this. And there's a lot of things that the state of Oregon is ready for and can potentially, protect some of our trees from this onslaught of emerald ash borer. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to write me anytime. So,
Mylan, I hope you'll be coming to the council at some point along the way with an information report, and we can, as you develop your strategy, that we can kind of hear what's going on.
that'd be great. And if there were any sort of, if we wanted to come up with a task force or something similar to that, definitely think that might be a good idea.
Yeah, I think we'll probably want to see what your thinking is as soon as you're developing your plan. Councilor Andersen?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Two things. The first one is I feel a little bit like Tom Sawyer, who went to his own funeral in the book, but I want to thank all my counselors fellow counselors for the kind remarks, and I look forward to working with you all in the future. And one final thing too, I neglected to mention another crucial aspect of city government, and that is the city staff, from the department heads all the way down to the people who really do the work. I know you had to put up with me and my questions and my comments and my cross-examination for these many years, and you handled it all with grace and good cheer and very effective and responsible information. And you all, city staff, does a wonderful job of serving the people of Salem, and I thank you very much for your service too.
Thanks, Tom. Councilor Phillips?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to draw attention to the fact that last Tuesday, was the National Night Out, where neighborhood members got to meet up, and they had a representative from the Salem Police Department that stopped by. It was a great opportunity. We co-hosted an event here in our neighborhood, and had neighbors gather together, in some cases for the first time since the pandemic started. So it's good to get back outside and meet up with people in our community face to face, and talk about things that are happening on a local level. It was really great to have the Salem Police stop by. It's a great program. People should really look into it for next year, and I would just highly recommend it. That did generate a question, though. I believe one of the things that the National Night Out wanted us to promote was the upcoming blood drive or blood bank. That's the Battle of the Badges. It's happening later this month. I had initially thought I would be able to bring these questions up next week, but that's a work session. So my question is to staff or Chief Womack or Nyblock, who do we get in touch with, or who do we, encourage the community members who are interested in participating to reach out to if they'd like to help out with that endeavor?
Thank you, Councilor. I don't have the details at the top of my head right now, but I'll get some information together and we'll send an email out to council sharing all that information soon.
Thank you for that, Chief Womack. To the best of my recollection, I think it's happening on the 17th and 18th, but I don't have the hours or locations.
Courtney, is that on our website?
Yes, it should be on the website on the calendar.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
But it should be, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
thanks.
Check out the website. You can get the date, time, and place, hopefully. And then we'll watch for getting more information on the future. I did my 15th year of going out on National Night Out. It was a great time. I got in the Bearcat with the police, and it really is fun to do. Virginia, did you have anything else? How about the forest? Do you want to talk about the forest?
Sure.
Okay.
I think what I wanted to say, I think it was really great to hear from Mylan, because it helps me understand the timeline that we're looking at. That was really good information for me personally. I have a lot of questions that will probably need to wait until we have some kind of game plan or we hear from the state or the feds on how we're going to tackle this as a community. So much more in the weeds, which is kind of my my motto, right? But I know Mylan well, and of course I feel comfortable reaching out to him, of course, with those questions. And I think you're spot on. I think we need a information report when we finally do get a plan in place to know how we're going to tackle this. And you know, there's so much. These types of things bring up so many questions, right? Like, especially between publicly owned trees and private trees and how we're going to walk that line. I think Mylan brought up some really good questions about how we choose to attack this, whether it's going to be with chemicals or whether we're going to, you know, take trees down and replant different ones. So I'm glad to hear that he's already on it, having taken them off of the city's planting list. That's great news. Just all the information on the website looks like it is really helpful for folks. And I encourage anybody who does have an ash tree or wondering if you have an ash tree or what this Emerald War is really all about, to go check that out. Looks like staff have really taken and went above and beyond on the website. So I encourage folks to go there, research this, and I look forward to hearing from staff in the future about our plan moving forward.
Great. How about the Forest Festival in your ward? Do you want to mention that as well?
Sure. Yeah. On the 13th, from 11 to 4, we have the Inglewood Forest Festival. It's happening at Inglewood Park, which is on 19th Street in between D Street and Market. Wonderful event, community-led event with local artists. It is, I think they have 2 different stages going on with music and dancing and all kinds of really creative, fun, family-friendly things to do. It is a free event. So please come and enjoy and see if you can find some art that you love or some music that you'd love to sit and relax and listen to. So we'd love to have you over here in Ward 1.
Great. Thank you. Anyone else? Councilor Nordyke.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I want to say how successful National Night Out was in mighty Ward 7. We had a fantastic turnout, tons and tons of block parties. I was able to get to 4 of them, but I got way late at one of them when I was entreated to ice cream sundaes. So I had to stay. I had no choice in the matter to stick around a tad longer and chat up the neighbors. We had a lot of neighborhood volunteers who were there on hand to spread information. And these volunteers are among our unsung heroes around the city. They're the ones who know the neighborhood best. They're the ones who are most likely to serve in leadership positions in neighborhood associations and on city boards. These are the folks who connect people to code compliance officers, public works people, police and fire. These are our connectors, and they are absolutely vital. These are the folks who will let you know when the parks need some maintenance issues, or if you're interested in a speed bump. So for all these reasons, I absolutely loved getting a chance to meet with some of our neighborhood leaders at the National Night Out. And I appreciate the fact that we had a number of members of law enforcement who were on hand to hear directly from the residents what their concerns were and what they would like to see done differently in their neighborhoods. So I really appreciate SPD for being so visible and so present and being so approachable, which I think is really important, especially when you're armed. It's important to be approachable. So thank you all the neighborhood leaders for making National Night Out a huge success in South Salem. Also, I want to give a different kind of shout out. I recently met with a couple of female pilots at the Salem airport. Nationally, we have a pilot shortage. And nationally, we also have a shortage of female pilots too. I was told they make up about 7% or so of all pilots nationwide. And we desperately need all folks from all backgrounds to get into aviation because that shortage has an impact on everyone's ability to move around the country for business or pleasure. It was also great to meet firsthand with people at the airport and hear how they perceive the airport's future. And so it really is a great opportunity to meet folks where they are. That's what I love to do. And I will look forward to more opportunities to do that. And hey, if there are other sectors out there outside of aviation who would like to meet with me, I am happy to meet you folks where you are as well too. Finally, I was really excited to see the report on economic development among our agenda materials tonight. There are a lot of good things happening in Salem right now. And I am really excited to see that our North Gateway program is already the North Gateway Strategic Project Grant, which is in your materials. We've already provided over $138,000 to 9 different projects to help businesses become more safe and become more secure through installing security cameras, lighting, parking lot lighting, fencing, things like that. I encourage my colleagues to make sure you get the word out to businesses around the city. They may not know that we have these incredible grant programs. And I know our urban development staff and other staff are more than happy to work with folks to make this a reality. And there was one other thing I'd like to add. I recently sat down, well, didn't sit down, I actually stood, but the art gallery Salem on the Edge is holding a art invitational. It's called En Plein Air. It basically means you're painting outside. You've got your easel, you've got your paint brushes, and you're painting a naturescape outside. And so to have that invitational here in Salem means that there are Oregon artists who are coming to Salem, spending time here, spending money here, and of course, spreading their artistic talents with the city. The art gallery is one of many recipients of our transient occupancy tax funds. And that has been a tremendous accelerator for all kinds of nonprofits, artists, artisans, performing artists, local businesses as well. So I see a lot of good things happening in Salem. And even though we have a lot more work to do, I think it's really important to share with our local businesses and others about all the opportunities that are out there for us to thrive and leverage one another. So thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Rutherford.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things to mention. We were able to find the information to answer Councilor Phillips' question about the Battle of the Badges. And that is August 17th and August 18th from 8:30 to 1:30 at the Salem Police Department. And there is information on the city website. And then also to remind everybody that on the 18th from 3 to 7, we have the Civic Center celebration, our Civic Center birthday party. So we hope people come down for that event. And then I also wanted to thank the staff that have done 4 rounds of raise applications. I don't know how many rounds of build applications and Tiger applications before that. So I know Julie Warnicki, Anthony Gamallo, Sarah Long are just a few of the names, I'm sure more that I'm not thinking of right now. But that's been a great deal of persistence on their part to continue preparing these grants, which are pretty big applications. And then lastly, just to thank Councilor Andersen. It has really been a pleasure to work with you for my 6.5 years here at the city, and just congratulate you and wish you well as you take on this next adventure in your life. So thank you. And hopefully I will run into you in a coffee shop office at some point downtown.
Very good. Okay. We'll move on then to the, we don't have any proclamations, presentations, or public comment this evening. So I'll turn to the consent calendar. Councilor Hoy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move approval of the consent calendar.
Second.
Second by Andersen.
There are no polls, so that leaves us with item 3.1A, the July 25th, 2022 draft city council minutes. 3.1B, the July 28th, 2022 draft city council work session minutes. Item 3.3A, appointment of Eleanor Beatty as municipal judge pro tem. Item 3.3B, final order number 2022-13-SUB-UGA-03, following City Council's vote to affirm the decision of the Planning Commission to approve subdivision tentative plan and urban growth area preliminary declaration, case number SUB-UGA-22-03, for property located at 1374 Crowley Avenue Southeast. Item 3.3C regarding executive management compensation, and that concludes the consent calendar.
Very good.
I would note that Councilor Leung intends to abstain from item 3.3B because she wasn't here for the hearing.
Very good. Any discussion? Okay. With the recorder, please call a roll.
Councilor Andersen,
Aye.
Councilor Phillips,
Aye.
Councilor Leung,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Hoy,
Aye.
Councilor Nordike,
Aye.
Councilor Varney,
Aye.
Councilor Stapleton,
Aye.
Mayor Bennett.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Move on then to our public hearing. I'll open the public hearing. If you want to go ahead and announce it, Amy.
The Salem City Council will now conduct a public hearing for the purpose of considering a petition to vacate a public utility easement and sidewalk easement on Reed Road Southeast. This is a city-initiated vacation. The criteria applicable to the proposal are set forth in SRC 255.065B6. Testimony, arguments, and evidence must be directed toward the applicable criteria or other criteria which the person believes to apply to the decision. Failure to raise an issue prior to the close of the public hearing in person or in writing, or failure to provide statements or evidence with sufficient specificity to provide the parties and the city council an opportunity to respond to the issue precludes appeal to the Land Use Board of Appeals on that issue. A similar failure to raise constitutional issues relating to proposed conditions of approval precludes action for damages in circuit court. Since there are no individuals signed up, the hearing will begin with a staff presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Anthony, is that you?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me one moment. You all see that okay?
Yes.
Great. Good evening. My name is Anthony Gamalo, and I am a senior transportation planner with the Public Works Department. I would like to enter the staff report on the record. This is a public hearing to consider the city-initiated vacation of 3 easements on Reed Road Southeast at the intersections of Strong Road and Lindburg Road Southeast. There is currently a public utility easement at the Strong Road intersection. There are 2 easements at the Lindburg intersection, a public utility easement and a sidewalk easement. These easements are located within areas that are needed for roadway improvements on Reed Road. They are associated with the Grove Apartments residential development project that's going on there right now. Vacating these easements will allow for the developer to go ahead and dedicate these areas back to the city, unencumbered as right-of-way for use in the roadway improvements planned as part of the development. Staff recommends that council approve this vacation. That concludes my report, and I'd be happy to take any questions at this time.
Okay, I have no members of the public signed up. So questions for Mr. Gamalo? Councilor Phillips.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Anthony, for being here and that
Sure.
brief but good presentation. Are these easements in part to help facilitate the improvement of Reed Road?
Yes.
Okay. I know that the improvement of Reed Road has been a near unanimous high priority for the community members here in Ward 3, especially Morningside Neighborhood Association. So, you know, any endeavors that would help us improve that road would likely be supported by the people I've spoken to in the past. I mean, is there anything unusual about this application, or this is just what's needed to move the ball forward?
It's really just to move the ball forward. It's kind of like a record cleanup so that we're not dealing with this down the road.
And
it
then
just facilitates the whole thing.
Thank you so much for that. And then just this may be a little off topic, but do you have any sense, or do you know when we would expect those improvements of Reed Road to be in effect? Like when it will be done?
I'm told the paving of Reed Road should take place in September. They are having an issue with the water utility there. So there's been a delay to September at this point. So that's what they're looking at right now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any further questions? Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to close public hearing. Councilor Phillips,
Yes, remind me, do I just say,
just give me a motion to, on the recommendation.
yeah, I move staff recommendation to approve the vacation of the 3 easements adjacent to Reed Road Southeast at its intersections of Strong Road Southeast and Lindburg Road Southeast.
Second.
Second by Andersen. Okay, any discussion? Okay, Amy, if you could call the roll, please.
Councilor Phillips,
Aye.
Councilor Leung,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Hoy,
Aye.
Councilor Nordyke,
Aye.
Councilor Varney,
Aye.
Councilor Stapleton,
Aye.
Councilor Andersen,
Aye.
Mayor Bennett.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. And we'll go to information reports. Anyone want more information on information? Councilor Hoy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have a question. I just have a comment on item 6F, the new city flag. I wanted to thank everybody involved in taking our recommendations to heart and coming back with what I think is a really great flag. I'm super excited about it. So thank you.
Yeah, I second that. This has been a long time coming. Brian McKinley has just really been a trooper on getting this one done. So
Yes, he has.
really happy to see it completed. Anyone else? Okay. We'll go to first readings then.
Ordinance Bill number 1522, an ordinance declaring certain territory located at 3518 to 3598 Cherry Glen Place Northeast, annexed to the city of Salem, prescribing zoning and withdrawing the territory from the Marion County Fire District Number 1, East Salem Sewer and Drainage District.
Okay, Councilor Gonzalez, you have a motion on this one?
Recommend we advance ordinance bill 15-22, approving the annexation.
Great.
Second.
Second by Hoy. Any discussion? Okay, Amy, if you'd call the roll, please.
Councilor Leung,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Hoy,
Aye.
Councilor Nordyke,
Aye.
Councilor Varney,
Aye.
Councilor Stapleton,
Aye.
Councilor Andersen,
Aye.
Councilor Phillips.
Aye.
Mayor Bennett.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. All right. Councilor Hoy?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move for council to declare the council position for Ward 2 vacant.
Second.
Second by Andersen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Based on the resignation of our esteemed colleague from Ward 2, this is our first step in the process to get the position filled.
Okay. Yes, Councilor Phillips.
So this may come up, I'm not sure, but can perhaps the city attorney tell us or explain to those of us how this might work? Given that we have.
We're going to go right through it, I think.
I have another motion coming up right after this one, and all will be revealed.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
It's pretty well worked out by city code. I mean, it's not worked out, okay? Okay, if the recorder please call the roll.
Sure. Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Hoy.
Aye.
Councilor Nordyke.
Aye.
Councilor Varney.
Aye.
Councilor Stapleton.
A very sad aye.
Councilor Andersen.
Aye.
Councilor Phillips.
Aye.
Councilor Leung.
Aye.
Mayor Bennett.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Councilor Hoy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to appoint Linda Nishioka to the vacant Ward 2 position.
Second.
Second by Stapleton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council Rule 18H states that when a council position is vacant and there is a councilor nominee or councilor elect, it is council's policy to appoint that person. Linda Nishioka won the primary election in May and is the councilor nominee. Therefore, per our rule, she is the obvious choice to fill this vacancy. I have spoken to Linda Nishioka. She's prepared and excited to join us as our colleague sooner than she had originally anticipated, but she's very much looking forward to it and will join us for a swearing in at our work session on the 15th.
Great. Okay. Any discussion? Okay. Amy, if you'd call the roll, please.
Councillor Hoy,
Aye.
Councillor Nordike,
Aye.
Councillor Varney,
Aye.
Councillor Stapleton,
Aye.
Councillor Andersen.
I don't think I can vote. I've already resigned
I think
from
you're
the council.
gone.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm no longer on the council.
What do you think, Tom? Is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Councillor Phillips,
Aye.
Councillor Leung,
Aye.
Councillor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Mayor Bennett.
Aye. Okay, great. We'll look forward to seeing new Councilor Nishioka next week. There's no further public comment, no second reading, so the meeting is adjourned.
Good luck, Tom.
Good luck, Tom.
Good luck,
Farewell.
Tom.
Good luck, Tom.
I'd rather be lucky than good. Thank you all.
For more videos and for more information, go to capitalcommunitymedia.org and follow us on social media.